back. Two men who falsely claimed to have been authorized by the central government's liaison office in Hong Kong to prepare a publication were sentenced today at the district court for fraud. The court was told the two had asked celebrities to give them interviews and place advertisements in the publication. Jenny Lam has more details.
It was a convoluted case of fraud in which the defendants, Wong Ho-Kei and Eric Ho, made about $320,000. The court heard that between September 2012 and August last year, the two defendants falsely claimed that they were authorized by the central government's liaison office in Hong Kong to prepare a publication about major events in China. They asked a number of celebrities to give them interviews and place ads in the publication. Among their victims was feng shui consultant Li Xingchak, who was defrauded of $24,000. The case came to light when the staff of Li Yuklun, a vice chairman of the Tonghua Group of Hospitals, asked the central government's liaison office about the publication. Both defendants had earlier pleaded guilty to charges including fraud and attempted fraud. In mitigation, Wong Ho-Kei's lawyer said his client was diagnosed with cancer in 2011 and he committed the crime to make money for his family. He did actually publish the interview, and he had also been commended by the Labour Department for hiring disabled people. In sentencing, District Court Judge Josiah Lam pointed out that Wong was the mastermind behind the crime and he has a criminal record. He committed a series of fraud over an 11-month period, including 2 attempts to defraud while he was out on bail. But he did not produce any fraudulent documents, nor did he try to run away after taking the money from his victims. Of the 7 fraud cases he was indicted for, he failed to actually publish the advertisement in only 1 case because of technical reasons. The judge decided that Wong's offence was not the most serious of its kind and sentenced him to 20 months in prison. The judge believes the second defendant, Eric Ho, was just an accomplice to the crime and he did not benefit much from the scam. The judge said Ho could have put the blame on Wong, but he chose to plead guilty to the charges. He was sentenced to 180 hours of community service. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
The government has received more than 60 applications from social welfare organizations to use private land for social services. At a meeting of the LegCo panel on welfare services today, government officials suggested adding $10 billion to the lotteries fund. Stephanie Choi reports.
The government scheme aims to cut down waiting time for social welfare services by increasing the number of elderly and rehabilitation facilities. The scheme will offer subsidies from the Lotteries Fund to some 40 social welfare organizations to carry out more than 60 projects. While these projects will provide 17,000 elderly and rehabilitation services, legislators are concerned about the pressure this might put on manpower.
Well, for these kind of services, we do not just look at the hardware. If you have more than 10,000 additional places, but there are not enough additional manpower, then it would not work. Yes, we are also very concerned about manpower, and we hope that when the NGOs look at new projects, they can tell us that they would have the relevant manpower.
The government expects the new services to be introduced over the next 5 to 10 years and will apply for an additional $10 billion for the Lotteries Fund from the LegCo Finance Committee. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
The Secretary for Food and Health, Ko-Wing Man, says the government has not yet decided on a venue for separating live poultry from the mainland and local birds before they are taken to the wholesale market. The health chief promised to try his best to work out a plan that can prevent the cross-contamination of live poultry. He hopes to come up with a solution before the government lifts its ban on live poultry sales on the 18th of this month. Ko also says he will meet with local farmers and inspect potential sites for separating local and mainland birds in the next few days. Hong Kong Ocean Park revealed today one of its pandas is currently the world's oldest panda living in captivity. Our Evelina Leung has that story.
Jia Jia, Ocean Park's 35-year-old panda. The lovable furry creature is currently the world's oldest panda under human care. The park says it is fairly confident that Jia Jia could become the oldest panda in captivity on record. The current record holder was the one that died at the age of 37 in a mainland zoo more than 10 years ago.
I think in average for the wild panda, the expected longevity is about 20 years old. So in captivity, the pandas can live until 30. So you can imagine at age of 35, she's already doing very, very good at all. And from the behavior, appetite, and also the activities level, I would say she's already doing very well.
Turning to the theme park's other creatures, the penguins. The penguin facility was set up in 2012. In the 2013 to 2014 breeding season, 21 baby penguins were born. This increased the penguin population by 32% to 98 birds.
Basically, due to several reasons. First of all, is they getting much more mature. Sexual mature, and then is in terms of the environmental setup, nutrition, fish, and husbandry work. Actually, is now much more better and better than before. So I think due to this reason, the breeding record for this year getting higher.
And that's not it. Wong said the baby chick Miracle, which was abandoned by its parents last July, managed to survive under the care of the park workers. It is now 7 months old. Ocean Park says a similar number of baby penguins should be born each year.
And because the facility here can only hold around 120 penguins, the park will cooperate with aquariums in other countries, such as Japan, to find homes for the penguins it can't keep. Evelyn Lang, TVB News.
All right, Chris, I understand you have some exciting news for us in your sport.
The Olympics are underway, and we are there. We, as in Hong Kong. Speed skater Barton Loy made local history today as he became the first male athlete from Hong Kong to compete at a Winter Olympics. Loy took part in the second heat of the short track 1,500-meter event. There were 5 other competitors in the 14-lap race, and Loy led briefly, but wound up in 5th place and did not advance to the semifinals. The 20-year-old said he hopes by participating in the Games, he'll garner more support for winter sport in Hong Kong. Last year, he won a medal at the Asian Junior Championship. Manchester United manager David Moyes was left scratching his head again after United could only manage a 2-all draw against bottom-of-the-table Fulham. Jameson Wong has more.
Manchester United with their full complement of stars at Old Trafford, but it was the visitors who struck first. Steve Sidwell on target, 1-0. Wild sequence here, but United came up empty. And they came close again after the break. David Moyes' side finally equalized in the 78th minute. The Fulham goalkeeper, Martin Stecklenburg, couldn't save the day this time as Robin van Persie tapped in. Two minutes later, Michael Carrick put Man U in front with a deflected effort from the edge of the box, and it finally looked like luck was on the struggling team's side. But Darren Bent spoiled the celebration in injury time. Fulham had just 3 shots on target. 2-2 the final. After the match, Moyes said this is as bad as it gets.
And actually, we gave away a diabolical second goal. But we should have, if we had one failing, it was we should have gone to win 3-1. We had the chances, a couple of chances after it 2-1 to make it 3-1, and we didn't make those moments count. And that was probably the biggest thing for me.
United have already lost 5 times this season at Old Trafford and sit 9 points behind 4th place Liverpool. Jameson Wong, TVB News.
And Barcelona is back on top in Spain. The Catalans beat Sevilla 4-1. Lionel Messi had 2 goals and set up a third. The 4-time World Footballer of the Year had not scored from open play in La Liga since September. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid have 57 points each, but the defending league champions have a better goal differential.
Russia might have the world spotlight for snow and ice competitions right now, but a Norwegian event is quickly becoming popular for using ice in a more artistic way. The annual Ice Music Festival in the town of Geilo celebrates water and nature with a full set of functioning ice-sculpted instruments. Everything from decorations to the stage and instruments are made of frozen water. Organizers say the festival is an homage to the world's most important resource. This year's festival gathered artists from Norway, Sweden, and Estonia, all performing on ice cellos, ice harps, ice horns, and ice drums, as well as creating the world's first ice brass band. And that is one icy wrap of our news. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Good evening. It was cold and cloudy with some rain today. At 5 p.m., an intense winter monsoon was affecting the South China coast. And today's temperatures range from 8.7 to 10.5 degrees Celsius, and the relative humidity was between 72 to 92%. The current temperature is now 9 degrees Celsius, and the relative humidity is 72%. 0.3 millimeters of rain has been recorded since midnight, and the cold weather warning is now in force. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? Mainly cloudy with some rain again tomorrow and very cold in the morning. Temperatures will range from 7 to 11 degrees. It'll remain cold and cloudy this week. Tomorrow morning's air quality health index will be from low to moderate, and the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 3. And now to the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai and Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Macau. Sunny in Beijing, bright in Tokyo. Showers in Bangkok, rain in Ho Chi Minh City and Manila. Bright in Kuala Lumpur, rain in Jakarta. Sunny in Karachi and Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo, thunderstorms in Nairobi. Bright in Brisbane, sunny in Melbourne and Auckland. Bright in Toronto, sunny in New York. Bright in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Showers in London, Amsterdam, and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.